it's working. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I don't know why it was bugging out on me so bad there. But let me just refresh this, make sure. There we go. Delete this one forever. This one's live. Okay. Alright, this one's actually working now. I don't know what was going on there, guys, but we're live now. What's up? Another drop. Yep. Why are we collapsing? It's a good question. I mean, it looks like right now we're about to break below $2. We just did. We just broke below $2. There it is. Bitcoin currently trading at 87,500. It looks like my bear market thesis is playing out, guys. Where are you guys all watching from? You're looking handsome. Thanks, man. Thank you. Where are you guys all watching from today? Shout out to all you guys. Crazy manipulation indeed. Yes, very crazy manipulation. Hawaii, shout out Hawaii. At work, let's go. I know. It's hard not to pay attention to these markets with all this stuff going on, hey? I mean, it's insane. Let's make sure that my live stream is playing correctly on X as well. Delete that. This. There we go. All right. Yeah, it's working. Shout out Australia, Greece, Nashville, Durban. Nice. Northeast Ohio. Shout out Canada, all the Canadians. Let's go, guys. Yeah, we're at 199 right now, guys. This does look like bear market territory. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I do think that XRP will likely bottom out below $1. And I know that's not what a lot of you guys want to hear. I understand that, but like, I believe that to be the truth based off of how the markets are behaving. One thing I will still say though is that we got to see how we close out this week, right? It's possible we get a bounce from here. I'm not gonna, say that's impossible. It's just looking more and more likely that we're in a bear market based off of the weakness and lack of liquidity in the markets right now. And once again, I actually think that is a really great thing. And the reason for that is, well, you could lower your average entry. I mean, I know some of you guys, your average entry is like above $3, right? You were wishing that you could buy XRP at 80 cents or 90 cents or 50 cents even, right? You're praying that you would have been able to do that. And you might actually get an opportunity to do that. There's a possibility here. So, yeah, I mean, I'm loving it. Am I from Russia? I'm not a Russian, no. You guys are scared for real? Some people are. I'm definitely not. Listen, I'm very comfortable right now. I'm actually excited. I do think that this is needed. This is a healthy correction that's needed. So I thought November was supposed to be bullish. I think November would have been bullish if we didn't have the government shutdown and we had our rate cuts, but that's unfortunately not the reality here. What positions do I have open? Nothing. I have no leverage trades open at all right now. I told my Discord community that I'm going to wait this week out before I make any moves because I know that this week is likely to be extremely volatile. And so I'm sticking to my guns there, being a man of my word, and I'm just watching the markets do their thing. Yeah. I have been doing a lot of research though. And one thing I will say is that there is a lot that's happening behind the scenes that isn't really being publicly talked about when it comes to institutions and what they're actually building behind the scenes. I think most notably, BlackRock is doing a lot of stuff with Securitize as well as Biddle. And it's actually very impressive. I mean, they're looking to tokenize everything, and they're making leaps and bounds on doing that. Like, they're consistently adding hundreds of millions of dollars of AUM, and institutions are piling in, just in a very secretive way that doesn't actually impact price as much as you guys would think. Because a lot of this is private sales. It's, you know, transferring crypto that's already being held custody from an exchange directly to another wallet. They're not going to like the public markets and purchasing this crypto. You know, they're buying very large sums of crypto completely privately, just transferring from wallet to wallet. That's it. And so that's not going to cause any effect on price, right? And a lot of these ETFs that are being launched for XRP, like the Canary Capital one as a prime example, they're also acquiring their XRP in this same way. And so there will be ETFs that will be launched that acquire their XRP directly from the open market that are being launched very soon. So this could have a price impact, but it's just something to keep in mind. These institutions are playing a different game right now than we are. Don't buy this dip, it's going to get lower. That's exactly what you said yesterday, Levi. Preach. I mean, if you guys were in my Discord, you guys would have been getting my play-by-play analysis on everything that's happening here. I have the receipts, guys. I mean, I was talking about this 2 weeks ago in my Discord, saying I think we're in a bear market, guys. And like, even most people in my Discord that are like actively trading, they didn't want to believe that, and they still don't. I do feel like there's a decent amount of denial still, which I completely understand, by the way. I've been in their position before. I've just seen it and happen enough times where I'm comfortable in saying, like, you know what, like, the odds are definitely in the favor of it being a bear market. Like, we're encroaching now on like a 70% chance of this being a bear market, and the odds are increasing every single day. And so if I'm right, then yeah, I mean, at the very least, it's going to be a better opportunity to get in at the bottom. At the very least, at best, I mean, if you were timing, you know, your buys and sells very well, you could have sold on average your XRP for well above $2, maybe even $3 in some cases for you guys. And, you know, you could have a chance to re-enter in below $1, right? Now, I'm not providing any financial advice. I want to make that very clear. I'm not saying that you should buy or sell right now. I'm just saying that I do think there's going to be an opportunity below $1. I really do believe that. And that's mostly in part due to the 200-week and 50-week moving averages. And the, look at this. This is a pretty big red candle here. I know some people keep quoting the Elliott wave theory. When you factor in diminishing returns, Elliott wave theory isn't as concise as the moving averages are. And so that's one thing to keep in mind. Listen, I think Elliott wave theory is great. I think that they do make some good arguments, and by that analysis, you know, the bull run's not over. It's going to continue because we haven't really hit those highs yet, but Elliott wave theory does not, like I said, account for diminishing returns, which I think we can all agree is very apparent from all of the crypto charts based off of previous bull runs, and you know how the returns have been diminishing consecutively, right? Every single run, especially for Bitcoin. I mean, just look at the numbers, and so yeah, the moving averages obviously account all of that in because it averages out the move. And so the moving averages say we should be bottoming out around 60, anywhere from 55 to 65K, I believe, for Bitcoin. And then, yeah, like I said, XRP will probably be below $1 in that event. So we'll see. We'll see. I would love for XRP to rebound here. I'd love for it to, you know, fly past 230 again. If we can fly past $2.30 and hold above that, yeah, we're once again, you know, 50-50 odds of this stuff continues, right? But every single time in recent history here, guys, where we've been trying, like, you know, for example, I just want to point this out right here. I want to make sure you guys can see this good, right? So this is just very recent, right? We're just talking about, I mean, literally a day ago right now. XRP was, you know, going down, testing these new lows of 203. We got a nice rally to the upside. We went as high as 214, which the level that we had to break here was about 217.5, by the way. I was watching this very closely. So we get to 214, and then we start seeing the selling pressure come in. We try to test that one more time. We once again get completely rejected, and now we have all of these consecutive red candles, right? And now we're hitting a lower low, because our low here, guys, was 202, right? Our low here now is 198. We're currently testing it right now. We don't know where we're going to bottom out, but it's lower lows, lower highs every single time, guys. Classic bear market. I mean, just look at this chart, right? You can see it. It's been consistently happening, you know, ever since, like, you know, October, basically, where we've been consistently trying to test these new highs, failing, going lower every single time. And it's just looking more and more bearish every single time, guys. So we're below $2 now. 50% chance of going down and a 50% chance of going down further. Shout out Chipper. Be careful. Statistically, traders tend to lose their entire capital over time. Not the case for me at all. I've been trading for a long time. And yeah, I mean, guys, no need to be upset. I mean, I understand for a lot of you guys, the reason why you might be upset is this bull run didn't play out the way that you thought it would. Maybe, you know, there were some people that told you that XRP was going to hit a very unreasonable price, and it's not hitting that very unreasonable price. Like, you know, I think like anywhere from $10 to $20 is reasonable, but I think, you know, saying anything beyond like $50 plus is like just insane speculation. So like, I can understand being frustrated about that, but like, you got to trade the market we're in, not the market you want. That's what I always say. It's always what I'm going to continue to say. And so you got to understand that this is how markets work. And guys, this is aligning perfectly right now with the 4-year halving cycles, okay? Perfectly. I mean, down to the T. And so everyone who is saying that the halving cycles are over, you're going to have to accept that you are wrong if we're in a bear market now. I never want to hear that argument again. If we are indeed in a bear market right now, I never want to hear anyone say the halving cycles no longer exist, because this is down to a T, the halving cycle, guys. Like, it's unbelievable how close it is. You said it was going to be at $20. You lied. I never guaranteed anything. I never said it's going to be $20 guaranteed. I said multiple occasions that if all of the right bullish conditions align between ETFs and rate cuts and quantitative easing and money printing, that I think we're going to top out at $20 per coin. That's what I said. And you can try and twist my words in whatever direction you want to fit, you know, your upset narrative right now, but it's not going to change the reality of what I actually said. So, you know, at least I wasn't saying it's going to hit $1,000 per coin. You know, at least I wasn't saying it was going to hit $10,000 per coin. I kept it realistic. I really did. And I honestly believe, even now, that if we once again get those conditions to align, that we can hit that number. I still stand by that. But the government shutdown, everything else, you know, it threw everyone for a loop. A lot of things happened that we didn't expect to happen. The Fed didn't cut the rates as we expected them to. Quantitative easing never happened. QT is only going to be ending on December 1st. So, you know, we got to trade the market we're in. Don't let that get to you. It doesn't get to me at all. I just want, I want to set the record straight, you know? That's all. Feds will not cut again until Powell leaves in May. I agree. And that's why I think we're going to be in a 6-month bear market. I 100% agree with that, and that's why I think we're going to be in a 6-month bear market. Don't invest in the market if you can't take the risk. That's also very true. Yep, that's so true. That's so true. And I think a lot of people need to understand that too. Also, guys, you need to remind yourself, we're headed into a bear market right now, right? If we are, sorry, it's not confirmed. By the end of this week, we'll have a pretty good idea. But if we're headed into a bear market right now, that's where the actual money is made. Clean and simple. Clean and simple, right? And so that's where I made all my money. This bull run, because we had a bull run. I was buying XRP between 30 cents to 50 cents for a couple of years, right? Consistently, every single day, I was dollar cost averaging at those prices. And when XRP went up to $3.64 or whatever it hit at its peak, you know, I was rewarded for that. But I was buying in a bear market. I wasn't buying in the bull market, guys. I was buying in the bear market for, you know, a very long period of time. I mean, a couple of years basically, right? Let's play the blame game. Yeah, guys. Let's blame everyone but ourselves, right? Let's not take accountability for any of our actions. Let's blame other people because, you know, it's easier that way. The unfortunate reality is, if you never take accountability for any of your actions and you blame everyone else for everything that happens to you, you're never going to get rich. I'm sorry. And that's why, truthfully, most people never get rich. Statistically, right? Only so many people can be rich. It's the unfortunate reality. If you're going to cry and blame other people and say it's your fault, your fault, your fault, it's true. Shout out Katie will go. Much love. It's just like saying you forced me to do it. Exactly, right? That's just so ridiculous. That's so ridiculous. It really is. It looks like we're getting some price action here, guys. Ignorant people play the blame game. It's true. Yeah, it's so true. It's so true. And listen, I say that with all the love in the world, guys. Truthfully, if you're sitting there right now seething, like coping by blaming other people, I say this with all of the love in the world. Like, seriously, just do better. Take a look in the mirror, reevaluate yourself, and do better. Seriously. I think if you actually do that, if you actually heed my advice, and you actually do that, you just look in the mirror, you become accountable for your own decisions, and you start actually improving upon yourself, I genuinely believe that your life is going to be infinitely better. And that applies to everything, not just crypto, like not just, you know, whatever it is with XRP. No, that applies to every single facet of your life. And so I really hope that as many people as possible who are in that state of mind do that. And if not, listen, that's fine. It's your life. It's your life. You can do whatever you want, make whatever decisions you want. If you want to blame me, that makes you feel better about yourself. Even though, let's be real, like I was definitely one of the most responsible crypto content creators out there. If you want to blame me, that's fine. I'll take the blame. It doesn't bother me none. Doesn't blame me none at all. Can someone tell me why I can't buy XRP on Exodus? No idea. I actually don't use Exodus. I'm sorry, bro. Is it worth buying now that it dropped? My position's at 240. Personally, like if my average entry was 240, like any chance I get to lower that average entry from a dollar cost averaging perspective, I'm going to take it. You know, I'm going to try to get my average buy as close to $1 as possible. That's what I'm going to do. What you do is completely up to you. Levi, the life coach now. Hey, listen, I might have to. I might have to be, you know? I might have to be. I might have to make a slight pivot here. You know, the bear market drives us to do crazy things, right? I'll start holding seminars, doing TED Talks, inspiring the youth of our generation. You never know. I think crypto will bounce at today's levels. I mean, we're starting to see some buys happen at, you know, the 198 level for XRP. We'll see if we hold this. This is a really crucial point that we're at right now, by the way. Bitcoin just tested, 87. It went down to its low at 86.73, guys. 86,733. That's pretty crazy stuff. I mean, you look at this chart. I mean, right? I mean, we hit 89K here. We instantly rebounded, right? This is a very crucial point. You can see we hit, what is it right here in this candle? 88,564. That was our absolute bottom here on the 19th of November. And when we rebounded back up all the way up to almost 93,000. Actually, we did hit 93,000, didn't we? We did right here. Yeah. We hit 93,000, came back down again. So now we're pushing even lower. It's a lower low. And we're breaking through now to 86,000 here, guys. When do you think the bottom is? I think the bottom is going to be between 5 to 11 months from now. It's going to be somewhere between 5 to 11 months from now. I'm leaning towards 5 months, 5 to 6 months, because this current market looks extremely, extremely similar to 2019. And I know a lot of you guys were not around in 2019, and so I just kind of want to describe it a little bit to you guys to help you guys understand. In 2019, we were just coming off of quantitative tightening. I mean, we had a period of contraction for a decent amount of time. And then in 2020, we had QE, money printing, and stimulus checks, right? And this was a global thing. If you guys remember, stimulus checks and QE, if you're around in 2020, the 2021 bull market, when the bull market started after the QE and stimulus happened, it was explosive, right? And so, guys, this entire bull market that we have had here was during QT, quantitative tightening, right? It's insane that we even ran as much as we did considering we had QT. Like, I never thought that we could have run as hard as we did with quantitative tightening currently active, right? Insane. But I will remind you guys, December 1st, QT is stopping. Mid-2026, Trump is issuing stimulus, $2,000 to all Americans. Trump is going to remove Jerome Powell and start lowering rates aggressively. May next year. That's when he can remove Jerome Powell. Extremely similar to 2019. The 2019 bear market only lasted about 6 months. Okay? So things are looking that they're going to be very similar. Very, very similar. That's my honest thesis. That's my honest thing. I think we have like a bear market that plays out until mid-2026, right? And then things do a complete flip once the quantitative easing and stimulus is issued, all that kind of stuff. Very reasonable based off of historical examples. That's all I really have to go off of. But that's what I think. That's what I honestly think. Mid-2026. Also taxes too, tax refunds. It's a dividend, not stimulus. Okay, yeah. Similar though. I mean, the general consensus is more liquidity is going to enter the markets. Rates are going to be cut. Banks are going to have more liquidity. It's going to flow around. Everyone's going to have more available capital. And we know altcoins and cryptocurrency are extremely closely tied to available liquidity. I mean, that's undeniable, the correlation there. So that's really what I believe. So you don't believe Jake Claver's prices for 2025? I don't think that we're gonna hit $1,000 per XRP by the end of this year, like Jake Claver has said on multiple occasions. I don't think we're gonna do that. I would love to be wrong. Okay, it would make me so happy, dude. I'll be a billionaire if I'm wrong. Okay. So listen, I understand the hopium and the copium that everyone's feeling right now when it comes to those types of predictions. I just have zero reason to believe that will ever happen. I haven't heard a single compelling argument. I know some people will say, oh, the reverse carry trade and the domino theory, it's going to play out, whatever. But listen, man, that's so speculative. I'm not a speculator, okay? I'm not a speculator. I'm never going to be someone who just completely speculates like that. I go with the information I have, QE, stimulus, Trump has made those announcements publicly. We know Jerome Powell's term ends May. I'm going off of the things that are facts, right? That's all. When Jake is wrong, there's going to be a lot of haters towards Jake. Maybe. I mean, listen, the only thing that I don't like, listen, if he genuinely believes that XRP is going to hit $1,000 per coin by the end of this year, 2025, which we know he has a public bet on, by the way. So it's not much. Like, he's betting like 4,000 XRP that it'll hit $750 by the end of the year. So, like, to some degree, like, maybe he believes that, or maybe that's just not enough, like, not a lot of money for him and he's just doing that. All I'm saying is, like, if he genuinely believes that, I don't think he deserves hate necessarily. But if he doesn't actually believe in that and he's just saying that to, like, get clients in like a shady way, like he's basically selling people a pipe dream and then custodying their XRP or whatever, then I don't know. Then I think that, yeah, that deserves to have some deeper looking into, frankly. And honestly, like, I do think that $1,000 per XRP is a very unreasonable price prediction. I have a very hard time believing that anyone who says that that's going to happen genuinely believes it's going to happen, especially in such a short time frame. Like, logically speaking, like, you have to be a little bit crazy to actually think that XRP is going to hit $1,000 by the end of this year. I mean, let's be real, right? Like, that's, in my opinion, that's pretty crazy to say. And he kind of has a track record of consistently doing this. Like, he was making these predictions in 2022, 2023, 2024. He was saying by the end of the year, XRP is going to hit like these insane prices, right? It never happened. And then by the end of the year, he just said, oh, it's going to happen next year, right? So I don't know. I just don't really buy it personally. I don't trust it personally, but that's just my personal opinion. Okay. That's just my personal opinion. How low do you think XRP falls here off of this move? Well, we're at the crucial point right now. Like, we're right at the bottom support, basically. And so if we get a bounce, we're going to get a bounce now. And so this could very well be the, like, short-term bottom before we bounce up. I think we're going to continue the trend of lower lows and lower highs. And so basically we could rebound maybe to 92,000 here on Bitcoin, and then we come back down maybe to 85,000 on Bitcoin. But, if we keep going down here, guys, I'm going to be real. Like, that's not a good look. This is just based off of the support and resistance lines. For those of you guys who are unfamiliar with support and resistance lines, I just want to describe it a little bit. So basically, there are liquidity zones, right? Every exchange, they report, how many longs and how many shorts they currently have open, and, what those liquidation prices look like, basically, right? Like, how many shorts will be liquidated at this price and how many longs will be liquidated at that price. And so there are certain tools that, basically gather all of that information and give us a really good range as to, what the bottom price will be if all of these longs or shorts are liquidated at, right? And so you can trade based off of that information. This is precisely how a lot of these large whales, institutions, they use these tools, and they purposefully, using the large amounts of capital that they have, liquidate the longs or shorts to push the price in whatever direction they want, and then they purchase after those liquidations are met at the key point which they wanted to make it hit, and then they ride the wave on the way up, right, or the way down, whichever way they're trading. And yeah, this is something that institutions have been doing for a very long time. I mean, this goes back to the stock market. This is as long as the stock market really has been around. There have been intelligent people that have access to, great tools and are just able to calculate things very well, that have been doing this. And so this is precisely why a lot of people don't like giving institutions crypto through ETFs, because it does give them access to a lot more capital, which they can use for these means. Some people don't mind. Some people like to trade based off of the type of manipulation we see. And it's not just like BlackRock and people like that are doing this. It's also the exchanges. I mean, like Binance, and the market makers have been known to do these sort of things as well, because they have access to a lot of people's crypto that are held on centralized exchanges, right? So just something to keep in mind, something to think about. But I thought David Schwartz himself said that XRP will drop to $2 and will rise from there. I have no idea if David Schwartz said that. Was this something that was recent? He said it will happen by November 21st at its latest. I mean, I want to show you guys something real quick. And listen, this is not to like knock anyone. I just want to show you guys that like sometimes people will just say stuff that's stupid. All right, so this is Cameron Winklevoss. He's the co-founder of Gemini. Him and his twin brother co-founded Gemini together. These guys were seen at the White House during the crypto summit. I mean, they're close friends with Trump and his administration. On November 17th, Cameron Winklevoss said, "This is the last time you'll ever be able to buy Bitcoin below $90,000 per coin." I want to remind you guys, this guy is a billionaire, okay? Since he has said this, Bitcoin has fallen below $90,000 per coin, not just once, but twice, okay? And each time it falls below $90,000 per coin, it's gotten worse, okay? Now, all respect to Cameron, you know, he's built a great business with Gemini, but nobody really knows exactly where things are going to go. I don't know if he actually believed this when he tweeted this. I went on record the moment he said this in my Discord community, and I said, this is like a really stupid thing, I think, for him to say, because one, I think there's a very high likelihood it is going to go below $90,000 per coin. And two, even if it doesn't, you know, people are going to like still look for reasons to hate him for this because he's such a public figure, right? So only point I am making with this is that no one knows for sure what's going to happen. I'm just basing it off of previous halving cycles and historical examples and different moving averages that we've seen previously to analyze these markets. And so far, I've had a pretty good run, okay? A pretty good run over the last, you know, few months analyzing this. You can go to my Discord, you can see for yourself. I've been talking about this for a while. Yeah. Up to you guys. Looks like Bitcoin's now at 86,500. How many wives are pissed now that they don't have XRP profits for Xmas shop? I really hope. Man, it's a sad time for this to happen. Like, let's be real. We all wanted to have a nice, good Christmas rally. I understand that for sure. Brad told you years ago that 99% are going to zero, and he was right. He still is right today. And I want to be very clear, I don't think XRP is going to zero, but I like a lot of meme coins. I mean, whew. Should look at those charts, man. I will say XRP is holding really good at $2 though. Very, very good at $2. Why is this chart doing this now? Whatever. We're at $2 right now, guys. All right. Nice weak rally. Or next week we rally, sorry. After the 22nd. Let's see it, man. Let's see it, Fabio. We'll see if that happens, man. When others cry, you buy. Please don't spam in the chat, bro. Levi, you the man, daddy. Thanks, Chipper. Appreciate you, Chipper. Always coming in clutch. You're always giving free game when it's up and when it's down. Salute. You know me, man. You know me. I care about you guys truthfully. And like 99% of you guys return the favor, and I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. You guys support me. You give me the voice, you know? So much love to you guys. And for that, the 1%, you know, I wish you guys the best. Truthfully. I understand you're probably just having a bad day, and I don't take it personally. ETH is junk. ETH is getting actually wrecked, isn't it? I remember seeing it was going down big time. Yeah, down 2.2, 2.4. It's doing better than a lot of other guys, but yeah. Need that V shape to get us to 212. Yeah, we got to see that V shape. I mean, it's possible. If we can get back up here, yeah, the 212, 213 in that range there, yeah. Let's see it, guys. I mean, it's possible. It looks like some people are buying now. So let's see what happens. You know, the RSI, the stochastic RSI just kind of bottomed out here. We're ready to see if there's some liquidity available to buy these dips. Let's see how it goes. The level that we actually need to get to is about 216. If we can get to 216, we can push like a higher high. Then in like the short term, then you know that's actually not bad. But we got to see how much strength there is in these markets right now, guys, because things are looking pretty crazy. I'll be real. Do I really believe that we're going to a bear market? Yeah, if I'm being completely honest, I do think that we're in bear market territory. Yeah. A lot of people argue that we hit the bear market right after we hit the all-time high for Bitcoin in October, and I'll be real with you guys, it's looking more and more likely that that is the case. Nothing's 100%. I want to make that very clear. Nothing is 100%, but I would say there's roughly a 70% chance right now that is the case. But, you know, 30% odds. You know, you could still win on 30% odds, right? It could still be a continuation of the bull market. It's just, you know, you look at the halving cycles, it's like perfectly aligned with this is going to be the start of the bear market, guys. Perfectly aligned, like unbelievably. You think we go lower from here? Yeah, I do think so. And I would love to be proven wrong. I would love to be proven wrong. Does Coinbase sell reals? I have no idea. I haven't purchased any. Been a bear market since October. Yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying, and I tend to agree. Yeah, if Satoshi Nakamoto is found in the documents, will Bitcoin dump? I don't know. I mean, maybe that would be an insane thing to find. Now, is there actual talks of that maybe being a reality? Thanks for the super chat. That would be insane if true. I mean, surprise to me. Surprise to me. So yeah, a lot of people think that Satoshi, that's so funny. Satoshi is Secret Services, which, you know, has some merit to it. Yeah. I put in another $3,000 the last 2 days and got another $200 sitting, waiting for a better dip. Okay, Jeff. Yeah. Listen, man, I respect you for purchasing the dips, man. You know. Personally, I'm not loading up very heavy right now. I'm waiting for the markets to kind of cool off and to see if we're indeed trending lower. But listen, man, I wish you the best, and I genuinely hope that XRP flies to $5 here, bro. Genuinely, I hope you become filthy rich, man. You're wrong. It's the start of a bull market. Things are going to take off as soon as the gold. If that's what you think, I respect your point of view, Emil. Sorry, I don't know if it's like Emil or what your name is. But I don't think that's the case, and you know, there's a lot that supports that on my end. I'd love to hear more of what you think. I don't really understand the correlation with gold. There's not a very strong correlation with gold in crypto. I mean, depends, you know, on the liquidity cycle mostly, but for the most part, I do see them moving in different directions, actually, especially recently. So I'm not entirely sure. I'd love to hear more information from you. Anyways, I just hope we don't need to wait 4 years for the next altcoin season. It's not going to be 4 years. I mean, 4 years is insane. I don't think there's ever been a 4-year bear market. Bear markets generally last about 12 months, guys. 6 to 12 months is the general length of a bear market. The bull market always lasts longer than the bear market, guys. The bull market always lasts longer. So, yeah, I mean, if we get a 6 to 12 month bear market, we bottom out sometime in the next 6 to 12 months, I'm not going to complain, because I know the bull market's going to last, you know, generally it lasts almost twice as long, the bull market, compared to the bear market. And if we are doing the right things and we're being smart and we're continuously accumulating in the bear market when prices are going to absolute crap, listen, all 1,300 of you people watching this, if it's anything like the previous bear versus bull that we got, are going to be doing very, very well. We've yet to see, how this is all going to play out. I'm not going to call it yet, but we'll see how this week plays out, guys. It's a very important week right now. Very, very important week. Lots of whales and exchanges are waiting for Bitcoin to fall between 75,000 to 55,000. So OTS, sorry, what was that? Oh, I missed it. Sorry, bro. Yeah, you're right though. A lot of people are waiting for it to hit those prices. Probably going lower. Any thought? I agree, Lewis. Yeah, I think there's a high probability that's the case. Yes, and you can see, guys, we're even facing a lot of resistance right here on this bounce, right? I mean, before, during the bull market, you guys have seen it. I've live streamed it, like during the tariffs and all this other stuff. You guys saw how quick the rebound was when we hit these new lows, right? Like, it was instantaneous. I mean, sometimes it even happened same day. You know what I mean? The liquidity is definitely drying up. That's undeniable. But yeah, we'll just let it keep playing out, right? Will XRP ever decouple from Bitcoin? I think so. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, like within the next 5 years, but I think it's going to happen. Yeah, I do think so. Satoshi Nakamoto. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it translates to central intelligence. Yeah, I know. It's a pretty crazy coincidence. Yeah. If that is, if Satoshi is indeed NSA or CIA or whatever. When retail sells, the big whales buy up your XRP. Yeah, we see a lot of that. Yeah, you can still make money with the price dropping if you can read the charts and get a good entry. That's true. Historically, when it comes to trading, I've actually done a lot better in bear markets than bull markets, because bear markets are a lot more predictable. You don't see like these insane surges of liquidity that seem to come out of nowhere in bear markets. I mean, it's a lot more predictable. And so if this is indeed a bear market, I'm going to be very active in my Discord, guys. Probably even more active than I was during the bull market. And I'm really looking forward to that because, yeah, I mean, I didn't have my Discord during the last bear market, but as many of you guys know, that is where I made the majority of my income from trading. Was during the bear market, right? So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. If that's the case, I'm locked in. I'm ready to go. Most retail will go away by the end of the year. Maybe, and I'm okay with that. Honestly, like not everyone's meant to do well in these markets. 90% of people lose, and so like if 90% of people decide to like basically sell their XRP or Bitcoin or Ethereum at a loss and then, just go and live their life and then come join in when the next bull market is starting. I mean, that's their choice, and I respect it. Ultimately, that's up to them. The harsh reality is, guys, like there needs to be winners and losers in every single market. There has to be. Like everyone who's making a green trade, for everyone who's making a green trade, like an actual positive, capital gains, like they made money on that trade. For every person that's doing that, there's 10 people that are losing on that trade, right? And out of those very few that are doing well, most of that liquidity and capital are institutions. Most of it is because they're actually looking at this stuff every day. They're understanding it. And then a very small subsection are just, individual traders that are doing very well just because they understand the markets and, they have the ability to do so, right? And that's just the reality, guys, truthfully. So we're at 199 right now, guys. We're struggling to get back above $2 here on XRP. This is very interesting to witness. Looking over at Bitcoin here, exact same movement. Currently at 86.7. Yeah. Struggling. It's not going to be back above $2. I mean, I have a very hard time imagining in the short term here we don't bounce back above $2 and hold it at least for a little bit. I just think it's going to be a lower high. Like we hit 214.5 before. I think we're going to be going to maybe 209 or something like that. We're just going to be going a little bit lower on that bounce, and then we're going to go lower on the correction as well. Like we're just going to keep going down, I think. But the bounces are going to be there. obviously opinion and NFA, selling a chunk of XRP at $2 and buying back later, or waiting to see if we bounce back soon. Bradley, I think that depends on your average entry, if I'm being real with you. Like for myself personally, if my average entry was like $3 per coin, as an example, I'm just going to hold that until the next bull run, bro. Now let's say my average entry was 50 cents. I mean, I'm playing on house money right now. I'm gonna, you know, sell whatever I made that's like pure profit, to make back all the money that I accumulated during the bear market. And then I'm just going to use that to accumulate during this bear market, if we are in a bear market, if that makes sense. That's what I'm doing in that event. It really depends on your average entry and all that kind of stuff. And of course, nothing I say is financial advice. That's just what I would personally do. I'm not selling at a loss right now, basically, is what I'm saying. But like, I mean, my average entry was 50 cents, or just, yeah, around there. So retail is far from FOMOing in. Yeah. You never want to sell at times like these unless you bought unless your average is like super low. Exactly. I think the exact same thing, Six Semper. But no shame in playing on house money. That's like no regrets, right? Like you're good no matter what, basically. I'm sitting waiting out the storm. That's fair enough. That's what I'm doing right now too. But even then, I would not sell because you're not buying it in at 25 cents. I mean, that's fair. I would prefer to be able to buy a lot more at a lower potential buy. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Like if your average entry is like 25 cents or whatever, like you could literally just, you know, hold all of it too if you wanted to. But I mean, if you look at like previous bull run corrections, there is a possibility that XRP goes back to those levels. There is a possibility, right? So like if you are completely okay with that, then yeah, I mean, do whatever you want, you know? But if you know you're gonna like see XRP hit that price and you're gonna like hate yourself for it, I mean, do what gives you peace of mind, really, right? There's no shame in like selling a little bit at $2, then it goes to $5 and you still have a big bag sitting there, right? I mean, there's no shame in that at all. No regrets. That's right. 220 average, I'm going for a bottle of vodka. Oh man, I'm sorry, brother. Institutional money is the only flow that will move this market. I mean, it does play an undeniable role. That is for sure. I should have shorted and fell asleep and woke up 20 cents down. I really wanted to short too. I'll be real with you guys. I was talking about it in my Discord, but I didn't do it because I just know that we're at such a crucial point right now where we're deciding where we're going to be going, that like I knew like there was a probability that my short would have gotten wrecked too. So I'm just not trading at this moment. I'm just waiting. Put the fries in the bag. Yeah, guys, it's time for us to start putting the fries in the bag. You think it'll go under 192? Not off of this move. I don't think that's gonna happen, but I do think it's going to happen. Yes. It's just gonna take a few more days, I think. Hey Levi, I previously told you about a gold stock a couple of months ago, and today it went up 1,000%. Seriously, 1,000 in a single day? That's insane, bro. I mean, I never heard you talk about it. But congratulations. Over 1 trillion has left the crypto market cap. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty crazy, man. How do you trade? I post all my trades in my Discord. I'll leave a link for you, bro, just so you can join in. I actually didn't do that for you guys. I'm sorry about that. I'll drop a link. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Let me just click that. All right, I'll drop the link for you guys in here. Join my Discord. It's actually like super easy to join in, guys. It's completely free. All you guys got to do is give me your email. You'll also be put on my newsletter, by the way. If you give the email, I provide news updates straight to your mailbox there. But yeah, join my Discord there, guys, and you can see, you know, you can be in there. You can see my trades. You can be part of the community. We have over 4,000 active members in there. And we're growing. We're actually been growing a lot recently. A lot of people have been joining in just because they want to understand the markets a bit better. They want to get a feel for what I am doing, and you know, they want to be connected with great people. We have a lot of very successful traders in there too. People that have been able to make, you know, millions of dollars trading. So if you just want to be part of a community like that, you're all welcome. Every single one of you guys are welcome. It's super easy to join. Super easy to join. When you click on the link, which I put in the live stream chat, it brings you to this website right here. It's WAP. This is what I use to delegate access to all my roles. You literally just press this get access button, you know, and that's it. It might ask for your email, but that's about it, guys. Super easy. And then you just make sure you have the Discord application on your computer or your mobile phone. It's available on both, and there you are. That's it. ETFs have a lag time of 5 to 6 months. Do they? I mean, Bitcoin hit all-time high 64 days after the spot ETF was launched. 64 days. Now that was the first ETF, so maybe it's a little different, but until we decouple from Bitcoin, no good news will help XRP. I think it's just mostly based around liquidity right now, brother, to be completely transparent with you. Not wasting any more breath. You guys are your own worst enemy. You have learned nothing. Why are you so upset, bro? I mean, relax. Relax. It's all good. Don't if you feel like, you know, you're saying something and it's not being heard, you know, don't waste your energy, bro. I mean, come on. It's all good. ETF has far better results than Bitcoin. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's been pretty good. The XRP ETF, I'm assuming you're talking about. I don't care about losing. What can you do, right? So you just buy on the dips? Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. You know, I can't even count the amount of people that told me that, like, oh, the crypto cycles are over, the halving cycle no longer exists, XRP is going to go to $1,000 per coin, I'm never selling my XRP no matter what. And I was like, you know what, like, I respect your guys' point of view. I really hope you guys are right. But, you know, I've been here longer than a lot of you guys have. I've seen these markets move very similarly every single time. I've analyzed it. I've looked at the facts. You guys can do whatever you want, but, like, this is what I'm doing, right? And so I still respect you guys. If that's still what you believe even now, that's okay. But all I'm asking is, like, if your worldview is not correct, just be open to the probabilities and the historical examples that have been presented, and just use that, because I know a lot of your guys' lives are going to be a lot better if that's your point of view. I know it. And so, you know, that's all I say. That's all I have to say about that. I still respect you guys, whatever. If you guys are never going to sell, I still respect that. You know, we need people like that in the XRP army as well. Bitcoin's reversing. Let's see. XRP's back above $2. That's nice. I mean, I've been waiting for this bounce. We should see if Bitcoin's going to be doing well here. Bitcoin up 0.5% on this 15-minute candle so far. So let's see what we do. It is in our darkest hour that we must have faith. It's true. What do you think of World Liberty Financial? I don't really care for it, if I'm being completely honest. I don't really see much of a benefit in being involved in it. I think if World Liberty Financial was started by someone who was not at all involved with the president in any way and was just some random person, nobody would know about it and nobody would care about it. And so that's how I judge the potential of projects, right? I just look at the project for what it is, right? And, like, I think the truth is with World Liberty Financial is, if, you know, Donald Trump and Eric Trump and, you know, all these other people weren't involved with it, these big names, I don't think it would have been successful. If it was just some random schmo who had all the know-how to set up the project the same way, I don't think it would have been successful. So I don't think, like, from a utility perspective or anything like that, it's anything incredible or revolutionary. And listen, there's a lot of multi-billion-dollar projects that I think the same way of. So just take what I say with a grain of salt, but that's just my honest point of view. That's not how I personally invest, and that's just the truth. Or they're worth the more I can borrow. Yeah. He's a word flipper for sure. One day bullish, one day bearish. I mean, if you think black and white and you don't actually listen to the context of what I say, then yeah, I mean, you can pick apart little pieces of what I say, like, oh, we're gonna bounce here, but we're gonna hit lower lows. I think is what I've been saying for a long time. Oh, you could say, oh, well, he said it's gonna bounce. He said bullish, right? Like, yeah, I mean, okay, bro. There's no point in me arguing with you because you're like just picking pieces of what I say and then misrepresenting my overall message. You all had years and years and years to invest in XRP, and now all of a sudden you come in late crying. Yeah, I mean, like, I sympathize with these people, but like they refuse to really listen to what I said too. I just hope that they listen now, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it's up to them, right? The family is falling apart. Hey, Christopher, relax, brother. I mean, it's gonna be okay. You know, it's gonna be okay. Doesn't all crypto go lower around the weekend? I mean, not necessarily, man. I mean, like there's less trading activity generally during the weekend because institutions aren't as involved. But like, it's Thursday, bro. It's not the weekend. What advice do you have if my average is about 230? Well, I can't provide financial advice, brother. If my average was about 230 and I had $10,000 at 230, personally, I would just hold that. And then during the bear market, I would just dollar cost average more in to lower my average entry. That's what I would do personally. Don't act like you aren't suddenly pivoting to a bear all of a sudden. You haven't been on this all along. When things change in the markets, bro, it happens quickly, you know? And so like I was talking about it being a bear market when everyone else was saying it was a bull market still. I mean, 80% of my chat said that, right? And I have a live stream where that's the case. I mean, you can go to my Discord. You can see that I was talking about it a long time ago. I was banned for YouTube for 2 weeks during this very crucial period of time where I would have been actively talking about it as well. You can believe whatever you want to believe. Frankly, that's up to you. But the receipts are out there. They are. All you have to do is look. Thanks for all your liquidity. Yeah, Bitcoin's really struggling to break above 87 here, guys. I really want to see it bounce here. I don't know Frankie Candles, no. Yeah, he's a bearish too. Interesting, yeah. I mean, yeah, if you really do look at like the previous examples we do have set in front of us, it is true, yeah. I'm down 15 to 20K and I ain't crying. You're a trooper, man. You're a legend. You're a legend. Sean did this, yeah. I mean, guys, if you're gonna be mad at anyone, be mad at Sean. I mean, come on, Sean, right? Come on, Sean. Thanks, Levi. I learned a lot from you. Shout out to you, Sultana. I really appreciate that. You know, that's what I do. That's why I do this, right? I really genuinely just want to help educate and provide valuable information. And crypto's a crazy place, guys. We got to remember that crypto's an insane place. Things can change at a drop of a hat, and you got to adapt. And I know not everyone wants to adapt. That's okay, man. That's okay. So many NPCs in the chat. I think pretty much everyone here is real. Algorithms usually work like this. Once you go to the all-time high, they must retract. So is that it? Is that the end of the non-existent altcoin bull run? I mean, once again, XRP did go up like 8x or more, actually more than 10x from its bottom in the bear market. And so 10x price appreciation, not a bull run. I don't know. I wouldn't say that we didn't have a bull run for altcoins. I would disagree with that. Solana went up what, like nearly 20x, guys? Like, what was Solana's bottom during the bear market? It almost went up 20x, right? Alts ran, man. Like, I'm sorry, if you don't think like a 20x on the price of Solana is a bull market, I don't know what to tell you, brother. Truthfully. I'm really sorry. Like, if you bought in when Solana hit $200 and XRP was $3.50, I'm sorry, bro. You know? What was the all-time high for XRP? I'll do the math and call the bottom. The all-time high for XRP. Good question. Let's take a look. The all-time high. I don't know why my chart is doing this, man. It's so frustrating. Okay, let's just go to trading view. Because BTCC is just breaking for some reason. Okay, we're going to go to the 1-day chart. All right, so all-time high, I believe it was here, right? 366. Yeah, it was 366. So you could use 366 as a point of reference. All right, 15-minute chart. Yeah, we're really struggling here, guys. We're really struggling right now for XRP, for Bitcoin at these levels that we're at. 366. XR, sorry, Luke. Try not to spam, okay, bro? I'll answer your question, but don't spam anymore, or it's timeout time for you. What is your prediction for XRP for the rest of 2025? I do think we're going to continue to trend down. I do believe so. I'd love to be wrong. I'd love to be wrong. I would love to be wrong. Oh my lord, this chart is just getting worse and worse. Okay. We'll see if we can rebound a little bit here. Based on what? Based on the 50, 200-week moving averages, the halving cycle, rate cuts not happening, and the delay of Trump's stimulus. That's a broad overview. You can look for yourself how long the halving cycles lasted the last 4 times, you know. You can look up, or sorry, the last 3 times. You can look up the 50, 200-week moving averages, how we broke below the 50-week, and you could look through all that if you want. You could look at, you know, Trump delaying stimulus, the Fed messaging around quantitative easing and printing money. You can read those things. I'm basing it on all of the most accurate predictors of the cycles. And when you add all the pieces together, it points towards a bear market. With a very high likelihood, like 70% chance. So that's what I'm basing it on. You know, there are some other indicators out there, like Elliott wave theory and others, that say no, like it's going to continue. But I do think that the amount of evidence to the contrary, that is a bear market, is starting to become insurmountable, especially when you also factor in the lower highs and the lower lows that we've been encountering ever since October. But yeah, I'll let you guys, you know, look into that. I've talked about it in some of my videos, actually. So if you guys want to watch that video, you can on my second channel, Levi Crypto 2. Feel free. Can we do a poll? Yeah, sure. That's actually a good idea. Let's do that. Start poll. Are we in a bull or bear market? Let's do that. Let's see if the sentiment's changed at all. I'm curious. Before, when I did this, we had 70% bull, 30% bear. I believe, unless I'm remembering incorrectly, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Let's see if it's changed at all. Talk about the 50% drop we had in 2021 before setting a new all-time high. Yeah, you got to look at the point in which the halving cycle that happened, for one. That's very important. You got to look at the Fed's monetary policy during that period of time. That's very important context. And you have to look at how quickly we rebounded after that drop. That's also very important context. If you compare that particular instance to where we are now, you can see we're in a very different place. But listen, man, I don't want it. I want it to be. I want it to be different. But I just think this is the evidence. We got to trade the market we're in, right? Very, very different. It was a V, exactly. Those V-shaped recoveries. That's what happens. Hopium is strong. It is very strong right now. We can still see. It's like there's actually a lot more bears than there were before. We're like 55% bears now. It looks like 45% bulls according to the poll. So, we're definitely seeing a slight shift in sentiment. We'll see if this continues. Bitcoin's now at 87,390, so we got back above 86,000 there. You think we're gonna have a big rebound to 100K, like a big V? We'll see. It's got to happen in the next couple of days. We got to start seeing some super green days. But yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. I think you're going with the flow to avoid looking wrong, oblivious to the possibility you could be getting shook out. I'm going against the flow, bro. This is actually like, it would be so much easier for me to say everything's bullish, buy the dip, everything's bullish, buy the dip. From my perspective, I'm going against the flow here. The majority of people think that we're still in a bull market. So yeah, the flow is moon soon. Exactly. It's true. A lot of things are bullish. Yeah, but a lot of things are bearish. When do you think ETFs for XRP will really rally? I do think it's going to be mid 2026. That's what I honestly believe. Sold my position for a wedding, buying the dip. XRP is Army is a lifestyle, and Levi's the real deal. Shut up, Funky Days. Let's go, man. Last shakeout. We'll see. We'll see how we rebound here. Do we see a V here? That's the test, guys. By the end of this week, we got to be retracing back to 95 to 100K Bitcoin for the bull run narrative to continue, right? So if we can see that, then yeah, I'll say, okay, look, it's like a 50-50 now. Maybe this bull run continues. But until we see 95 to 100K Bitcoin, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced at all. If BlackRock announced an ETF filing, things change quick, even on one macro event. I mean, it took 64 days after the Bitcoin spot ETFs were live for trading for Bitcoin to hit an all-time high. XRP ETF, Solana ETFs were launched and Solana actually went down in price. I really wish that was true, but I just don't see a bunch of evidence to support that theory. Missed you while you were gone. Welcome back. Shout out Dio. Let's go, man. Just bought more XLM and XRP. Big shout out. Look at all the ETF launches. All were top signals. Yeah, in the previous run too, when we had those ETFs, the non-spot ETFs, but like the ETFs that were launching then, they were actually. Sell all XRP or mortgage house and buy more. I mean, I certainly wouldn't be mortgaging my house, bro. My question is, why was everyone saying that we haven't seen the euphoric alt market yet when we have with the 500% rally of XRP from 50 cents? I've been saying the same thing, man. Like, I don't know why a lot of people are saying, oh, we didn't experience euphoria. Like, the only answer, I think, is those people got in after the 500% rally, because, I mean, I was doing live streams when that all was happening. I know a lot of you guys were there. That was euphoria. I mean, come on. When XRP went from 50 cents to over $3 per coin, that was euphoria, man. That was insane. And I've been saying this for a long time. Like, it's not going to be the same as 2021. 2021 was a time where literally any stupid coin could explode. Like, it could be Solana, it could be, you know, it could be Avalanche, it could have been, you know, like all of these random coins were just exploding, and there was a new one every single day. Terra Luna, you know, like everything. Previous cycles were driven by retail only, and now the institutions and government are in it. The 4-year cycle is broken. We might get a year of bear market at most. If we get a 12-month bear market, the 4-year cycle isn't broken, bro. Oh man, I really gotta stop arguing with some people, man. Wife just gave me money for XRP. Don't know why. She saw the dip. Definitely good to have you back. Crazy how YouTube didn't tell you what you couldn't do. Yeah, I hear you, man. It is insane. This is a pretty crazy candle we just had here on this 15-minute that just ended. That's insane. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I feel like I'm seeing, I'll be real with you guys, I feel like I'm seeing a lot of denial still about the state of the market. And listen, I think people just need some time. Just know that I care about you guys. I'm doing what I think is right. And if you don't want to believe it now, you know, let's wait till the end of the week. Let's see how it closes. I definitely think the 4-year halving cycles are still a thing. But, you know, time's going to tell, right? Time's going to tell. It's unfortunate reality. You tell the truth, and a lot of people attack you because they don't want the truth. That's what I've learned in life, man. The liars and the people that sell fake pipe dreams, they're treated so much better than the people that actually go out and tell the truth. And that's pretty crazy reality. I'll keep doing this for the people that will actually listen. But you know, if you guys genuinely think that like I see some comments like you think I'm hopping on a bandwagon, like you're completely disregarding all of the actual analysis and time I've spent in the markets, and disregarding all of my years of experience and my successful bull runs and exits, which are well documented. If you're going to disregard all of those things and pretend like they don't exist, and then, you know, just say that I'm hopping on some bandwagon or something, like, you're just a waste of time. I'm sorry, bro. It's just true. If you guys want to go watch someone who's like, oh, it's going to go to $1,000 and repeat that message and talk about random bullcrap that makes no sense, like, go watch that content, guys. I'm sorry, that content's not, I know it's not going to serve you well, but maybe you just need to go through this whole experience to see that for yourself. Genuinely wish the best for you guys. But what else can I say, you know? Be patient, and if it hits the floor, buy as much as you humanly can. That's exactly what I'm doing, yeah. I don't think you're hopping on a bandwagon. I think you're ignoring the perceived bandwagon. I don't even know what that means. No disrespect intended. I mean, I'm just sharing my point of view. That's all. If I'm wrong and hold into a bear market, I'm okay with that. I'll just buy more. That's exactly what I'm doing too. I've hedged my bets either way we go. Right? So no need for like the personal attacks and like to try and go after my character and say that like whatever else, you know? And I do think that there's a lot of you guys that maybe over leverage yourself in this bull market. And, you know, that's a time for reflection as well, truthfully. Never over leverage yourself in any asset class ever. Never invest more than you're willing to lose. So I feel for you guys if you bought into some kind of dream that you thought was going to happen, it didn't happen. I mean, I'm there with you guys. I thought that XRP could hit $20, so. But yeah, keep doing you. Can we talk about how big players may be trying to force small fries like us out? I mean, yeah, it's possible. This is possible. This is just a shakeout, and we're gonna hit all-time highs in 2 weeks, right? But I'm just not seeing a lot of buying pressure right now, guys. I'm just talking about the truth. I mean, where's the V-shaped recovery? Where is the V? I'm not seeing it. I mean, we can look at the chart, right? I'll show you guys some examples. I mean, let's take a look here together, right? Right here, single day, we go down what 10%. We bounce back up. We hit up to 310 right here. We go down. We got a really nice V here over the course of this like week, essentially, right? We got a nice V right there, right? Right here, we went down. We bounced back up. Nice V right there. Even this is kind of like a malformed V, but you know, you get the point. Big V. Single day right here, we went down 15%, followed by a massive recovery all the way up to here. I mean, we're starting to hit lower lows at this point in October. In higher lows, as you guys can see. I mean, the trend is very apparent when you look at the chart this way. As you guys can see here. And yeah, like we kind of recovered here, but now we're going back down. There's a lot more red. So we just got to wait out this week, guys. You know, maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after, maybe we can get back up to these levels here that we saw on November 10th. But I mean, the trend is to me, it's pretty clear. I mean, I'm just looking at the trend here, right? The trend is very clear to me. It looks like we topped in October. Fed changes on the 1st will encourage market participation. They're ending QT on the 1st. Historically, it takes about 3 months once QE begins for us to see that in the crypto market. And you can do plenty of research on that as well if you look at M2 supply versus you know, price of Bitcoin, XRP, all that kind of stuff. 3-month lag. The problem is you are only looking at the charts right now. The news is what you should be looking at. Right, yeah, like the ETF announcements. Right. Let's see how XRP did after the ETF announcements. Oh. Interesting. Oh, I wonder why the news didn't pump the price. I gotta look for more news. Oh, hey guys, look, more ETFs are coming. The price is gonna go up. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I'll look for the news more. Yeah. let's look for more news. If the October 10th event had never happened, we would still be riding it. Yeah, I agree. I think the government shutdown really screwed things over for sure. Yeah. That face is now a Discord meme. I'll put it in the Discord, dude. Can't take you serious anymore? Okay, man. I'm just here for the fun times. But yeah, I agree. I think the government shutdown really put a wrench in everything. I agree. I think we would have topped out a lot higher if the government shutdown didn't happen. We lost momentum. Absolutely. And so, you know, I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong. I want to say the bull run's going to continue. We're going to hit all-time highs by the end of this year, whatever. But I don't genuinely believe in that just because of what I'm seeing. That's all I'm saying, guys. And if you disagree, that's fine. Completely fine. We'll see who's right by the end of the year, right? We'll see who's right by the end of this week. And I'll still be here, no matter what. So I remember October 10, you were like a baby without the bottle. Why are you here, bro? Like, everything you say that comes out of your mouth is just insane. I was calling out the market makers for manipulating the markets on October 10th, which I think we can all agree is not a good thing. Why this year, preferably Q1, Q2, 2026? Why does it have to be 2025? What are you referring to when you say 2025? ARK hedge fund has horror trends. Oh yeah, Kathy Wood, yeah. The permable Kathy Wood, who says Bitcoin's going to $1 million. How is she doing on that? On her holdings? I'm just curious. People loves buy the news and sell on TA. Yeah. Is there a simple explanation to explain how they manipulate the crypto market? Yeah, I've gone through it a few times. I actually explained it earlier in this live stream. Crybabies in the chat, yeah. the deflection is so real. Like, Levi, why are you such a crybaby? As everyone's like crying that the price is down and blaming me for it like it's somehow my fault. Now that I think about it, we already went to 162, which is what has to happen from all-time high according to the algorithm. I think now we just kind of bounce around sideways. We'll see, yeah, we'll see. Black Sean is cackling right now, still waiting for the You Bought 2 merch. Yeah, we got to get the You Bought 2 merch coming out. I don't care about this price action even a little bit. Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't if you're doing the right things. If you can make XRP any price, what price would you make it? Levi, isn't it always like this when the market is down? They want to blame someone? Yeah, it's true. I mean, like, as a YouTuber, that is true. Every single time that the market is down, people are looking for someone to blame because God forbid you look in the mirror and you take accountability for any of your actions, you know, like that, whatever happened in the crypto space. Let's just cry and blame other people. They'll blame anyone but themselves. It's so true. It's so true. Yeah, leave away end. Like, what the hell? Later. The content is so average, then go enjoy yourself somewhere else. Because you're never talking on my channel again. Gotta get the drum set out. Got an educated guess for the lowest low. I think it's going to be below $1. Based off of previous retractions. Like if you look at like diminishing returns and of course also the diminishing corrections, like Bitcoin goes down less and less and less after every halving cycle and bear market, and so does the altcoins that have been around for a couple cycles so far. So I do think that XRP won't correct as aggressively as it did previously, and I do think that, I mean, we'll be below $1, but we're going to be at higher than where we were in the previous bear market. Levi, it's all your fault, mate. Thanks, mate. Do you think the market will go up to $10 in the future? The market, like XRP? It's possible. Possible. All right, guys, I'm going to upload a video on my second channel. So make sure you guys are there in Square. It's right here, Levi Crypto 2. It's in the live stream chat. I'll put it in there a couple more times. I'm going to upload a video there. I go through a lot more detail on my thoughts of everything. Provide some good old information for you people. It was a pleasure doing the live stream with you guys. Even the haters. I appreciate your the ad revenue you gave me today. All the haters. And for all my supporters, much love to you guys, you know. Let's get it. Let's get it, guys. I'll be over on the second channel uploading a video very soon. So make sure you got those noties on.